Hello all and welcome back to the Walrus Plays some more Peglin, attempting the all-for-one achievement, where I cannot take any relics. Now I've taken some advice from very useful comments that have come through earlier, and just generally, and I'm hoping that with these ideas going forward, I should be able to complete this difficult challenge, where the suggestion has been to utilise the Balladin and stack armour rather than evasion, because being able to just absorb damage versus avoid damage seems to be a little bit more beneficial, and I can see the logic behind it. Because absorbing damage, I can keep adding armour. There's lots of things that add armour to the board. There's not as many things that allow me to, well, there's not as many orbs that give me evasion. And the other big problem with the evasion side of things is that you really need to rely on quite a few of the relics that make you tougher, in that you hold on to more evasion when you get hit or other benefits. So it does make sense, really. As much as I think this would be an odd choice, but the armor does seem to, theoretically, might be the best plan here. So we're going to give that a good hard try. Ow. Ow. So I took a little bit of damage there. That was annoying, but that's fine. Now, as well as that, the other thing I've kind of got to look out for is, I mean, it would have been nice if I'd used the sphere for that, wouldn't it? Could have killed them both. That's all right, though. We'll just do it this way. No, apparently we'll whiff that one an absolute treat, won't we? Taking way more damage than I should do. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to take even more damage. This is the first floor. Not even the first floor. This is the first floor, the first fight. Why am I doing so badly? Come on, Walrus. You can do better than this. That much damage that early. Ugh, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I'm going to take the Warp Hammer, because that's a very nice hard-hitting orb, and that'll also just increase the damage, the armor we get. Now, I want to fight the mini-bosses. Now, the mini-bosses themselves, it's not about the relics, of course, it's all about the money. You know what, I'm going to take a moment to rest. Thank goodness for that. Right, so I want to go to the right, and then we've got a choice to make. Now, the choice really is currently, do I go left, and go shop mini-boss, which actually might be the best choice, because if I go mini-boss shop, I have to go mini-boss gold chest shop. Yeah, screw it, let's go shop, mini-boss, something, mini-boss, mini-boss. So we're going to have lots of mini-bosses on this way, but that's kind of beneficial. And again, we need to stack up the money for this. Now, of course, we don't need 50 shinies to... that was a terrible shot. We don't need the 50 shinies for relics, but what we need to get are a couple of different orbs. Now, one of the orbs that was suggested is the one that you can upgrade an infinite number of times. And of course, if we can just keep pouring upgrades into that orb, we will have a very, very dangerous ability in our hands, because it's double your base, your highest base damage is how much armor you generate. And if I can have double my base armor, and my base armor being quite high, and my base damage being very high, so for this particular orb that I can upgrade over and over and over and over and over, which unfortunately hasn't decided to appear, but I will take a buckle orb, and I might take a ball lightning, just because it's the hits that I'm after here. So we're going to go and aim for this mini-boss fight. Ping, 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 ping. And hopefully maybe the other shop that's going to appear at some point. Is the other another shop later? No. So there's not another shop later on this area, which is fine. It's it'll have to be shops on the next zone, which is fine. We'll just do our best. Okay, let's I don't know why I discarded that orb. I actually probably want to keep it, because then it would have been better to hit all of these in there. Oh well, I made my mistakes, and I whiffed that shot as well. Ooh, this isn't good. Okay, so let's see if we can hit a crit, possibly. There we go. So it's going to kill this one, but I need to hit refresh, don't I? So let's see if we can stack some armor. No, apparently I can't even do that because I whiffed it truly. Okay, so at least this thing's got overflow, but it's not amazing because I'm still now got a lot of angry slimes throwing projectiles of globules of whatever the hell they fling at you. All the same, let's try and not whiff that up a treat again, shall we? Okay, so we've hit a bomb. We've hit 2 bombs. We haven't detonated 2 bombs. So that's the tricky, annoying thing right now, is because I need to trigger the bombs. Okay, that's 1 bomb triggered. And if I can trigger another bomb, that'll clear out the mess in front of me. Okay, I've got a little bit of armour. That's not great, though. Okay, so is that... No, that's not even... Oh, really? Come on. Taking the Michael, there you are. Oh, fiddlesticks. Well, as a mini-boss encounter's going, this could definitely be going a lot better, if you ask me. At least I got 2 armour. Yay. And that's a bomb detonation, so that's good. Ugh, I need to hit refresh. I also need to get a heal at this point. This is really not going well, is it? I'm going to aim for the crit. It's probably going to be the most sensible plan of action right now. I've got to do 140 damage. Okay, so I've now got to do 68 damage. That I think is reasonable. I can do 68 damage, especially with this sort of shot. So I'm definitely going to take a heal. Thankfully, I've got 75 monies, so 75 shinies. I'm going to take a heal, and I'm going to upgrade an orb. And the upgrading orb is I'm going to upgrade a buckle orb. And I might as well take another buckle orb, because they're really cool. I say cool, but it's the armour. I need the armour, man. Hokey cokey pig in a pokey. We've got another fight, so we're going to launch out the first buckle orb, and that gives us a little bit of extra armour. Because I will take any extra armour I can take right now, because goodness knows I need it. Ah, fiddlesticks. Okay. So we're going to try and launch this one around here. So that's going to probably kill... Well, I say probably. It's definitely going to kill the first slime, and the overflow damage does at least do something. Okay, so I'm going to ping that one. I've got a crit, so that at least kills that one off. So we're going to launch into this bomb here. Now, that's not enough to kill the bat, but at least it's done a little bit of something to annoy them. I think it would be a sensible plan to try and trigger this bomb with the lightning. There we go. So we've triggered a bomb with the lightning, and that should fry pretty much everything on screen with this attack. Excellent, that worked. So unfortunately, no orbs of the ones that I really want. So I'm going to upgrade the lightning so it can hit more things. And then we're going to go to them to the left. Again, how well this will work is a very different question. Okay, so I can't get as much benefit out of the... because I can't get the cake relic. So, maybe I don't want to fight this mini-boss. I will utilise my stupidity to see which way we're going to go. Okay, it's back to the slimes again. So, let's just see if we can thin out a little bit of the area. So, we've got 1 bomb going off, and we've killed 1 slime. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to not use the bramble. I'm going to use this basic pebble and see if I can do 60 damage. Because if I can do 60, then we can... Yep, so we've killed that first one. And then, of course, the big green slime will turn up. And utilising the big green slime, we need to see if we can hit a bomb. Well, a bomb. Both of the bombs, but that's not happening. But at least the overflow damage will soften up... Oh, wow, okay, so that's going to kill the first 2 and soften up the one behind. That's at least decent. Okay, so 80 health. 50 off, and of course 50 off of the big green slime in the bag. What I need to do now, though, is really start hitting these bombs. So I'm going to ditch that one, and I'm going to see if what I can do with this armor-generating buckle orb. So we're gaining at least... Oh, that would have been nice to hit a second one, but it's all right, I'll live. Okay, so again, hopefully we can get another 3 armor. Can we get a bit more? Yeah, there we go. So we've got 20 armor. So I'm feeling a little bit more protected, which is kind of the important thing here. And we've hit the crit. So this is going to do quite a chunk of damage to it. Let's hit this refresh, shall we? Okay, we've got 74 money, 74 shinies, so we could, in theory... Oh, just 1 health left. Well, it's dead. That's the important bit. We can afford to take a heal, and we can also afford to take an upgrade, and also depending on what options we get given to us. So let's see. Sadly, nothing... Well, I say sadly nothing, but we didn't get the specific one that we really want. So, we're going to go down to the left, methinks. No, what we're going to do is we're going to fall into the fire. Thankfully, I've got the armour to protect myself, so it's less of a concern. It's still there. There is a concern, but it's less of one. Okay, time for a kebab. That was a terrible kebab. What am I doing? Okay, armour, please. I'm going to probably need to start upgrading both of these again, because the armour generation is going to be very key for me here. I'm going to aim for the bat, because that thing's going to annoy me if I don't get rid of it. Okay, I've lit one of the bombs. Ooh. Okay. Let's try and chuck out some more armour for me here. So again, I need to hit... there we go. So we've hit enough to get 1 set of 2 extra armour. The bomb's gone off, and that's going to kill the bat. We've still got a little bit of... You know what? I'm going to go and use the... warp hammer for this, because this thing does do overflow. It's dense. It's gonna kill most of what it touches, which is good. Now we've got to deal with this bat. Now the problem I've got now is I kind of don't really want to use... Oh, that doesn't really matter. The bomb's going to do loads of damage. Everything's dead. So again, we're going to take a heal, and we're going to upgrade an orb, and we're going to upgrade the armor generating buckle orb, and then head down to the left. Hopefully. Yes, we did. I could, in theory, have frittered away a bit of time trying to get money. Ooh, a free upgrade. Well, I think a ball lightning upgrade would be very sensible now. What boss are we going to fight if we go to the left? Let's find out. Okay, the trees. So, let's see how well the lightning can do for me. So, we've triggered a bomb. It's something. It's not much, but it's something. I really need to start upgrading the sphere. Because the sphere is a good orb to start with. It definitely is. And with that, now we've done 104 damage to both of them. Again, it's a good chunk of damage. But, of course, I would like to do more damage. And, of course, the more I upgrade it, the better it becomes. Shock and horror. There we go. So that's another 6 armor to ourselves, which is very important at this stage. And we've got 53 shinies. If we can get up to 75 shinies, I don't think there's enough of this level. But then we can actually do a little bit more. Because, again, I can upgrade and heal. Now, let's see if we can get the warp hammer to hit the crit. Oh, actually, it's only 1 extra damage. It's not as much as I was anticipating. Which is fine. It's just I would misread the tooltip, essentially. But the warp hammer is actually the main thing that's generating the initial armor that we're starting with. So, again, the higher the base damage is, the more armor you generate. Which, again, fits really nicely with that idea of having a greater armor based around the incredibly upgraded orb. And that's pretty much the only thing I can try to aim for. It's a very sound idea, but whether I even find it, that's the RNG of this entire situation. So we didn't find it, unfortunately. Now, there is a temptation. I do have a temptation to take the Orbelisk, because with that upgraded, I can increase the damage of all of my pebbles. So, yes, I'm risking it a little bit here, because I only have 84 out of my 100. And the other trouble is because there's no other way for me to increase my HP outside of one singular orb. Which, yes, okay, I can have multiple of it, and but I can only fire it once per fight, and it just increases my health by 2. Which, it's an improvement. I will happily take any improvement. But that's the only way I can increase my HP. So I do have to be very careful with this. Okay, so that worked out lovely there. That's a lovely hit from the ball lightning. The thing is, it's not a horrendously high damaging orb, but with increases in power like that, it'll do something. And that's kind of the important bit here. So hopefully we can stack up a bit more extra armor, which we are slowly but surely doing. Excellent. So we've got 15 armor now. We're going to get hit again, I'm sure, in a minute, but there we go for 6 damage. They do. Betsy, that actually does hit quite hard. That's going to be the biggest concern in this entire scenario. But it's not the end of the world. It's just annoying. Bonk. Okay, now we've got the pebbles, which are slightly better because, of course, we have increased them because of the obelisk, which works. And that's, I mean, it's a start. There we go. Release the orbs. There we go. So that's going to be another 102 plus a bomb for 50. Let's see if we can trigger this one. What I would like to do is try and get some things that will give me some Muse Circle, because I haven't got anything that gives me Muse Circle at the moment, which is quite unusual as the Bolladin, because they do, not saying their build kind of relies upon it, but I wouldn't say you rely as heavily on critical damage. If you can, you actually really want to rely on non-critical damage as the Bolladin. Okay, so I'm going to get slapped again. It's not actually as bad as I was expecting. We've not taken anywhere near as much damage as I was concerned that we would, but I do still need to upgrade the sphere. Okay, so we've got 72 health to chop off of this thing. That was a terrible shot. Okay, so let's break that for 10 damage to you. Another 10 damage. Okay, it's going to die. Hammer in the face. Victory is mine. With that, we're going to upgrade some orbs. Oh, hang on. Is that one? That one gives me multi-ball and bulwarks. We'll take that. And I'm going to upgrade the sphere. And I'm going to upgrade the CSA. We're going to skip that. And I'm going to ignore all of those, because we're not going to risk it for a biscuit. Because we don't want to try and encounter raid here at the end of this. That's not the aim of this particular run. Let's have a quick look and see what's ahead of ourselves. So we actually want to head to the right. There's 2 shops almost back to back. And with that, we want to save up money for that. Now, we don't need as much as I mentioned earlier. We don't need the 50 for shops. We only need, say, 30 for each orb. But it's still we need money. That was a terrible shot. What's going on there? Okay, I need to kill this archer, because you're going to be annoying if I don't get rid of you. Okay, so we're going to aim for you, and we're going to aim for the refresh. See if we can trigger a couple more bombs. No, apparently not. Great. At least this one's multi-ball. I don't want to hit any crits, though, so let's try and not hit any crits. Please. We've got a little bit of armor for that, so that's good. And we broke a shield. Still didn't do enough, though. That is slightly frustrating. Okay, now they've broken through my armor. However, I've broken through with a bomb. I did want to crit with this one, so that worked. Boom. Overflow. Not enough, no. Okay, so let's see if we can get some armor from them. Nope. At least the bomb went off. And this guy in the back needs to die. So I'm going to target you directly with the obelisk. And I whiffed that shot, aiming for the refresh. Oh dear. That's really not good, is it? Okay, let's try again. Well, I've got one bomb going off, so at least that's going to kill the guy in front. And leave the one in the archer with just 17 health. So can we manage it now? I think we'll be alright. There we go. Not perfect. We took a little bit of damage. But we do have 113 shinies. And with that, I'm going to upgrade my obelisk. And we want to go to the right, don't we? So we're going to head right. Now I've got 88 shinies. I think that may be more than enough, but erring on side of caution right now. So we're going to ping this one through. Now, of course, the obelisk now is doing 4 and 8 because it gets +1, +2 for each pebble in the deck. And that also improves all of the other pebbles by +1, +2. So it's now does 3 to 6 damage. So that's pretty solid. In fairness, if you combo a couple of obelisks with Suffer the Sling, they become really dangerous. That was dumb. I didn't want to aim for the crit, but I just aimed for the crit like a default moron. Whoops. Well, at least there's a little bit of extra armor. It's not much, but it's a little bit of extra. I'm going to use this pebble level 1. There is, of course, the event that turns all of them into obelisks, all your pebbles. Of course, if you've got some upgrades on your pebbles, then it becomes really good. Because then, of course, they all become the upgraded level that they are. So if you've got level 3 pebbles and you upgrade them into obelisks, they become level 3 obelisks, which benefit, because there's a feedback loop essentially, because they all gain extra damage based off of the number of obelisks in the deck, and they become very dangerous. Yes, they don't have the abilities with other like relics that I can't have, but of course there are relics that give you penetrating shots and the overflow effects, which doesn't apply to the obelisk because it's a targeted attack, and there are certain enemies that are resistant to targeted attacks. The mirrors, for example, and the weather vanes, they're resistant to targeted attacks. But it works because it's a high amount of damage. So we need to hit the refresh, I think. I didn't really need to, but I've done it anyway. And we're going to hit another refresh and another one. So 136 damage, that punches through, doing a nice chunk there. And we're going to try and aim for the crit. So we've done 56 damage. It's all right. We've got loads of armor right now, so we're pretty much a-okay. And this should finish off this one, yeah. So that one's dead as well. And we want to head directly down because there's no other choice. We've got 137, so deal self-damage equal to the number of... I'm going to give it a go. But I'm going to upgrade it immediately to its maximum level, so it does less damage to me. I've never really used this one. I've had it once, and it killed me when I used it. So maybe I'm making a very terrible choice. But I'm going to do it anyway, because I love making dumb decisions, because I am nothing but a consummate moron. Don't hit the crit. I wish I targeted the archer in front of it. Oh well, I still killed one of them, that's all that matters. Right, let's launch out a high stack of damage here, so 200 and... It's not enough to kill it, but 328 is still pretty damn saucy. Oof, they hit so hard. It's those damn crossbows. But thankfully, we should be able to stack a bit of extra armor now, which would be good. I don't think the big orbs actually count as targets for being able to give you the bonus armor, which is a shame. They count as a hit, but they aren't a peg to be hit to give you armor. Okay, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. Okay, that hurt. Again, the armor's protecting me, thankfully. And it's got 414 health, so... But again, the double damage that we now do, because the crit on the pebble does 6 rather than just 4, or 5 even. Okay, here goes. Here comes another one. Ping a bit more damage off of this one. Can I make it up to 100? No, I can't do 150. Okay, so now we're going to draw the scary one. Oh, that hurt. This could end very, very poorly, I think is the politest way I'd put it. Oh dear. There we go, I actually got out. It's a scary hit, I'll say that much, but it might not work in my favour. Because, okay, it's the number of... equal to the number of pegs reduced by 75%. It's still a scary, scary oomph. Just gonna have to be very, very careful with it. Particularly since it's a when drawn. It's not like a when fired. That's what makes it so dangerous, I think. I'm gonna target you if I can, wizard. It helps if I actually aim at the wizard rather than just say I'm gonna target them and don't actually target them. Genius. Let's try that again, shall we? Aiming at the orb, and yeah, I forgot to target the wizard. It doesn't matter anyway, but that should kill you. No, it won't. But it'll hurt you. It's important. Time to die, wizard. You've only got 80 health, and I need to do more than 80 damage. Failed miserably. And now they've got more health. Oh, great, because they both bloody healed. Of course they did. Of course they did. Well, at least that one's dead. Because the knives in the face will kill it. Die. Obelisk. I'm going to aim for the wizard. And I'm going to hit that refresh. Hit another refresh. Hit a crit. So it's dead. Squish. Now I've got to do some damage to this guy. So let's launch out the ball lightning. And yeah, so it's dead. And the bomb's going to just finish the run. Lovely. Take an upgrade. What we're going to do is we're going to go for this upgraded here. So we're going to aim for this shop now. Let's see. I was trying to be greedy there and get at least more than 2, but hey, I'll take extra 2. Okay, what do we got? I'm going to take another Circe. Shame on the other bits. So we've got a question mark and then another shop. So, well, I'm going to offer the pebble. Now the trouble is that is going to make my obelisk slightly weaker. That's the problem. And let's take that. It's something. It's not amazing, but it's something. So let's see if we can aim down this route into the middle, and then I guess we want to go down to the left because there's a mini boss. I guess. Make an offering and upgrade an orb. Let's give it a go. I'm going to go for you to be upgraded. Okay, I can make another offering. Let's take that one upgraded. That is going to take the last 10. But we're going to get a little bit of money. I think we might actually not go down. Oh, we did go down to the left. That's good. So we came back out with 4. But there's not another shop, so that's fine. I'm going to skip the chest. Because as good as Mew Circle will be good right now, I can't take it. Which is a real shame. I've got to be careful because the painter is one that I probably will take a lot of annoying damage on. Yes, the obelisk is now a little bit weaker. It now does the same damage as the pebble level 1s. So maybe I should try and upgrade the pebbles. Maybe. Okay, so let's see how much damage I'm now about to take to myself. Okay, the armor still counts, and they did take a lot of damage. So, I mean, it's definitely a dangerous orb. It's just it could really backfire and do me a mischief. Let's do some armor stacking here. That's the important bit. That's why I'm glad I've upgraded this one. Again, we're getting loads of extra armor, which is lovely jumping. There we go. Now at 22. That seems reasonable. So again, we don't want to hit any crits with this one because that one's just going to kill that target and stack some more armor for me. And can we stack even more armor? Yes, yes we can. I do really wish I had something that would give me Mew Circle though. I haven't found anything that's going to do that. Which is a real shame because usually I find loads of things that give me Mew Circle. Okay, let's launch out the Assassine again. This one's only a basic level 1 one. Poo, I've hit a crit. Getting a little bit of armor and killed it, so that doesn't really matter hugely. I'm going to go within Bucklaw upgrade, and here comes the mini boss. Let's see which one it is. That's the big question right now. Which boss is it? Okay, so again, we're going to target the wizard. And if we can trigger another bomb... damn it, here, crit. Well, we've got one bomb going off, so that's at least going to do a chunk of damage. I want to try and get the other ones to go off as well, because then I can kill you off before you do too much of a mischief to me. We've got one bomb. Don't hit the crit. Thank you. That's not broken the shield. Damn, it was just alive. Oh, that's annoying. And unfortunately, they've now healed, which makes them slightly more irksome. Now, this one, on the other hand, though, because it does have overflow, it could do a decent chunk here. There we go, just like that. So we've chopped straight through those. And this one with a refresh, this could work out nicely, because this one's only at... oh, this one is at level 3. Only level 3. So it should pierce through all targets, doing a good chunk of damage. So, I want to aim for you again. And let's see if we can hit the refresh. Can we hit a crit? Well, it doesn't really matter. The guy in front's dead. Now, I'm going to not try and pin it in place. I am going to just try and stack armor with this one. Because that's probably going to be the most sensible thing for me to do right now. So bombs going off. So that should do... leaving the wizard with 28. And the shield smacking in for 144 on the mini-boss. Right, so we actually really need to hit the refreshes as much as possible. Otherwise, we are in a lot of trouble. 14 armor. Okay, we didn't take actually as much as I was expecting, which is a relief. But at least it also refreshes the board when it does enter play. But it does a lot of damage, this double-edged sword. So it is a It's a tasty option. It's just, you've got to be really bloody careful with it. Okay, I'm going to take a heal. And I'd love to take either of those relics, but we can't. And I'm going to just ping that one. And then drop through. So, again, it's kind of a thing. I'm going to skip that. And let's see how many... That was terrible. Oh, well. Here goes the next one. So here's our boss. So we're going to ignore that one for now. I'm going to launch a refresh and just try and stack up as much damage as possible. So we're doing 224. Good start. Okay, Warhammer. I think you're next. I'm going to aim for this refresh here. And hopefully just not do that little damage. I was really hoping for better than that. That was terrible. Oh dear. At least I got some armour. I'm going to have to break some of the pictures before I get the armour-giving buckle orbs. Because I want to be able to ricochet through these, because these dull orbs don't count as a hit. If memory serves. So you've got to be very, very careful with that. Okay, that's still like another 100. It's not much, but it's something right now. We've got the Tusasine next, and that's going to give us a decent opportunity to get some HP. Not HP, armor. Ah, whiffed it. It hit the damn crit. That's annoying. That's really not what I wanted to do either. Okay, so let's see if we can hit the bombs. Okay, so that's a bomb and another bloody crit hit. That's annoying. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ditch that one, and then we're going to launch out with the armor. Give me armor, please. That didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Fiddlesticks. Let's try again. Try and get a bit more armor up. 3. Now there's probably about 12 pegs down. Wow, that chunked through. Thank goodness for the fact that I have armor. I guess that's the big advantage of... I've never seen the double-edged sword as anyone who isn't the Balladin. So, now this is going to be a very poor choice on my part there. I'm now going to take 7 poison damage and then 6 poison damage. That's going to hurt. That was a very poor shot as well. Here comes the owies and owies. Here we go. More poison damage. Thankfully the armor's protecting me against the shots, but the poison damage, that it can't protect me against. So, damn it, I've done it again. 216. Taking a chunk out. I need to hit these refreshes. So let's see if we can hit the refresh. Nope. Well, we did actually hit it finally. I'm going to have to try and deal with these guys, aren't I? Because they're going to get very annoying if I don't get rid of them. So let's see if we can launch that there. The balance is an interesting one. It's not quite as useful against this boss, but it is useful against most encounters. Okay. I have to start breaking these pictures now. That was a very poor shot. Okay. Sphere. All on you now. Do lots and lots of damage, please. Because otherwise, I am in a lot of trouble. 104. Okay, now they're actually going to start shooting me. I need to get rid of them quick. Can I manage it, though? That's the big question right now. Oh, dear. Well, at least I've opened up this area. And you know what? I think it might be a good idea to launch the Sasine out next. Oh, no, I should have changed my target to the boss and not the pelt traits. Oh. Well, that's, it's done a thing. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, so we're getting some armor, which is good. I don't think I'm going to survive this fight. That's what I'm genuinely concerned about, is the... I should not have targeted that way. I was aiming for, I need some armor, and then realised very poorly that doing that, it didn't go very well. Oh, now I'm in a lot of trouble. Ow. Thankfully, I mean, it does reduce the damage by 75%, but it's unfortunate because I keep taking the poison damage, and that's pretty much the biggest problem I've got right now. Especially since I keep adding more poison damage to myself. I wish there was a way of curing that off of you. Like, if maybe one of the orbs could... Because there's a couple of healing orbs out there, but if they could also remove stacks of poison, or if there was a cleansing orb of some description. Because I'm going to die instantly, like, the end of this round. Yeah. Looks like that's game over for this attempt. I didn't get quite what I needed, so maybe it's a bit of a bad luck moment today. I'm going to give it another try. Maybe in the next week or so. I might even just do another one back to back. Who knows? And slap it up online later. But if you have enjoyed, please do give us a like, share, and subscribe. Why not leave below any comments you've got and any if you've managed to achieve this achievement. I think this might be the way forward, though. The armour did seem to work. This boss, on the other hand, is not a good one for me, especially with the layout I had. So hopefully I'll catch you all again in the next attempt from the Walrus Plays.